All right, what's up, my viewers? This
Uh-huh.
Ronney. This my boy Sam right here.
Yes, sir.
We on the show HotSpot. We're gonna be talking a little bit of sports today. Uh, so we just gonna break down a few sports and our opinions, and y'all just let us know what y'all think.
Hey,
Um,
first off, man, congratulations on your first podcast.
Appreciate it, my
We gotta
boy.
get into
Appreciate
we
it.
gotta get into that at least first.
Yeah,
Starting your
yeah.
podcast. Tell the folks why you wanted to start it too, man.
Well, main thing is, it's actually something that I kind of want to do for a while. I like debating sports, so main thing is anybody who get on this show will debate sports. You can shoot, really, you can talk about anything. It doesn't matter, but sports is my main thing. So wherever y'all want to talk about, y'all can just hit me and shoot, you'll be on the show the next day whenever you free. So
All
I'm
right.
ready. All right. So we're gonna start off with Justin Fields because we all saw him in college, and right now it's just looking a little biased. So I'm just gonna ask Sam to start off. What do you think is going
Preface
on with?
this first with who are you a fan of in college football? That's first. Like, who's your team? That's what we need to say first, so they understand.
I'm a UGA fan, but you
Okay,
know,
so a little connection
yeah.
there.
I mean, I mean, it really wouldn't help because we would want him to do bad, not good. But you know,
I don't know. Are
UGA
you praying on his downfall? I don't know.
man.
All right, how do you feel
All
about what's happening, man? How do you feel about
right.
the whole situation with Justin Fields and how do you feel about what's happening now?
Honestly, okay, so we gonna look at the numbers right here because I got the numbers down.
Okay.
All right, Justin Fields in 2019 had 41 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. This is over 14 games. His completion percentage was 67.2.
Yes, sir.
In 2020, which he played 8 games, he had 22 touchdowns to 6 interceptions.
Mhm.
And he also had completion percentage of 70.2. But the thing I'm not getting is they keep saying he fell off. How you fall off when your completion percentage goes up? And then they like to talk about Trevor Lawrence, right?
Mhm.
Trevor Lawrence
I got
started
the
off in
numbers.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
the
bring out the
numbers.
numbers.
Trevor Lawrence started off in 2019, 36 touchdowns
Uh-huh.
to 8 interceptions. In 2020, this is 10 games. Keep in mind, Justin Fields played 8 games. He had 24 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. Now let's just think about that. Justin Fields threw 2 less touchdowns and played 2 less games.
Yeah, Justin Fields was putting up some good numbers in 2019, and I seen
And
some stuff, man. The we can get into numbers, but also we need to talk about play. And one reason why a lot of people are saying that he's dropping is because San Francisco, I believe, is trying to pick up the quarterback from Alabama.
okay, perfect. So
Yeah, that
I
boy
got
Mac.
I got Zach Wilson numbers from BYU and I got Mac Jones numbers from Alabama. Mac Jones was 41 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. That's good, right? Guess
This
where
Mac Jones though.
hey, listen. Guess where a majority of his touchdowns came from? Devontae Smith had 23 touchdowns.
Uh, uh, hey, y'all know about
23
that guy.
touchdowns.
Yeah, y'all know about that guy Devontae Smith. Don't play.
So let's just think about this. He won the Heisman and he had 23 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
Y'all trying to say Justin Fields fell off, but no wide receiver on his team was even close to the Heisman.
Yeah, and
This,
it's people out here getting disrespectful too. Like they don't know the caliber that Alabama plays and the weapons around them. And I ain't gonna play Ohio State. Of course, they got their people
yeah.
too, and they got a whole bunch of weapons too. But
Oh yeah, of course.
we all know it's a different degree when it comes to Alabama. They could insert any quarterback from anywhere, and he'll
Yeah.
be able to do phenomenal. Not to take away from Mac because Mac
Yeah.
he did a good
I
job.
mean, it takes skill to play it good, but I'm saying
Yeah, yeah.
when you like try to break down for NFL, are you gonna say you're gonna choose him over Justin Fields as an NFL caliber quarterback? Are you gonna
Mm-mm.
say you're gonna choose Zach Wilson over him as an NFL caliber quarterback.
And I feel like they only do this because not to bring race into it, but oftentimes it's always questioned top quarterbacks when they're black. It's always a question. And if you're a mobile quarterback like Justin Fields, or if you're a little bit fast, or because Justin Fields, he could get mobile, he can get shifty. That wasn't his main thing, but he could do it. He could pull it out the pocket if he needed to.
Yeah.
But anytime that happens, they be like, oh, his accuracy.
But when you look at the numbers on it,
but his completion rate is a 67. To me, that's you. Hey, you doing good. You putting up professional numbers.
That's my point right there. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, and then they try to question his like work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
And the main thing you can see is like when it's a black quarterback, they try to say little things like they say work ethic. Basically, they're saying, is the guy's going to put in work? Like, is he gonna be at home just chilling after he gets money?
People that never even saw the guy put in any type of work before, not knowing the journey that he was on while in college, and then to even make it that far that he did with Ohio State is crazy. Yeah. And people are saying his work ethic. What are we talking about? He played for a top 3 program in the country right now. What are you talking about work? It'd be the small stuff they pick out. Like, I even heard other people talking about, oh, they're not impressed by his pro day. Yeah. Well, this is the only opportunity these college guys have.
Yeah.
What other opportunity other than, the couple of games that they were able to play during a COVID season, which impacted everybody, especially football, making these students still have to play football in order to receive these opportunities. No combine.
Yeah.
So they only have their pro days. People are shitting on him for his pro day.
You want me to tell you something that's absolutely crazy? They're talking about which Justin Fields are you going to get from 2019 to 2020. It was a big difference. Okay, now let me give you Zach Wilson numbers in 2019. In 2019, Zach Wilson had 11 touchdowns and 19 interceptions.
Good God.
In 2020, he had 33 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But let's just think about this.
Hold on, but with the easiest season ever. Let's mention that too.
Yeah.
But keep going.
Yeah. But I'm saying, with Justin Fields, you hear how they mention which Justin Fields are we getting? But with Zach Wilson, they never questioned that, even though he threw 19 interceptions. Justin Fields hasn't threw 19 interceptions in his career.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But Zach Wilson's spot is solidified. They ain't no dropping, ain't no moving, which granted the drop is because of trades that happen, but still it's a crazy chance to even go up to 3rd to be able to pick a Mac. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's still even a crazy chance to take, because what if the Jets turn around and they pick up Mac?
I mean, Justin Fields could still possibly go 2nd, but the thing is,
definitely.
But the thing is, he's the only quarterback that they're talking about as far as a top 5 quarterback, but slipping out of the top 10. How is that even possible?
They got him at 11. I've seen people have him at 11.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's projected from 2 to 11. Like, how's that? Like, what quarterback do you know is projected from 2 to 11? That is crazy.
And it's crazy because it's clear, like, who are the best quarterbacks, like, on the table.
I mean, if you look at the eye test will even tell you that. But like,
and if y'all hear, you hear the eye test, y'all hear eye test, just know everybody does the eye test. That's how sports work. Even if somebody could have the best numbers ever, if they don't pass that eye test, then whoop-de-doo. So even if we bring up 2020 numbers, we had a pandemic and that hurt college sports. Not everybody is going to play to the same perfection they did the year before when they had all these resources to use, So, some people's numbers may slip. Not saying that needs to be an excuse, because people like Trevor Lawrence, they're still playing at super high levels. But even Trey Lance went his whole college career at North Dakota State University without throwing an interception. He comes into the 2020 season and throws his first interception. Like, we have to take into account some things. And then even you mentioning his numbers from last year to this year, it wasn't a huge fall off. It wasn't, he played less games, less opportunity. Like, we have to take into account these things, but it's always crazy how they bring up, like, it becomes questionable when they start taking in these more athletic quarterbacks.
Let's just think about these 2 quarterbacks right here. Deshaun Watson and Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Easily 2 top 10 quarterbacks. I want to say top 5, but Lamar can slip from top 5 to top 10.
Yeah.
Lamar went 31st, and Deshaun Watson went, if I'm not mistaken, 11 or 13th. I can't remember the exact number.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's take into account who they came out with. Lamar came out with Baker, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Baker, Josh Allen, they took Josh Rosen over the guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the guy?
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about that. And then we want to talk about Deshaun Watson. They had Mitch Trubisky on second.
Yeah.
All right. The scary thing is I want to compare Zach Wilson to Mitch Trubisky, but they got the same type. Like
that, like literally it's the same like story. It's the same arc.
Yeah.
Like both of them didn't really do nothing. Even I would even throw Mac in there. Like all three of them have like the same arc. It's crazy. Like we didn't play that many games, but we had a great one-off season. We're the typical sit in the pocket quarterback that got somewhere, that did a little something as far as record with our college team, and then we just explode and we're on the draft boards high, and it's crazy.
I know. So all right, but I'm not sure how much time we got left, so we're gonna switch over. But that's what we thought about Justin Fields and the whole process.
Okay, so you got Justin Fields going second still in your mock in your draft.
I would want him to go fourth if I'm being honest.
For them
Falcons, we need a quarterback. We need one back.
Hey, y'all might end up getting Mac.
If we get Mac,
y'all not gonna
if
pick
we
him
get
up.
Mac, I will not be a Falcons fan. Like y'all heard it here first. I will not be a Falcons
Mac
fan.
with Zach or Mac.
Neither. I won't be a Falcons fan. Like that's it for me. I watch football. I won't be a fan.
No, I seen a couple mock drafts that said y'all getting a wide receiver from Florida.
If we get Kyle Pitts, I like the guy.
Yeah,
I won't be a Falcons fan because that's not our problem. Our problem is, okay, I tell people this all the time. There should be no reason Julio has a whole tape of tackling players.
That is very true. And it's like a minute and 40-second highlight tape.
Now let's think about this. If you watch all of them highlights, I promise you, Matt Ryan is throwing the ball over him or throwing it 5 yards behind him because he's overcompensating because he knows he can't get the ball that deep and accurate. So he's throwing the ball too far or he's throwing the ball behind him. And a game that I broke down the most, I can't remember what year this was. I think this was the year after the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the Eagles did the whole second half? They threw an all-out blitz the whole second half. Do you want me to tell you what all-out blitz is telling you? This quarterback is not going to be.
Don't believe you.
Yeah, he's not going to beat us over the top. They literally played press coverage and blitz the whole second half. It took us the last offensive drive to throw a screen pass, not a ball deep. Throw a screen pass to Julio for him to score a touchdown. Think about that. Don't you think a guy like Julio can beat any man one-on-one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody.
So why do we have to have a screen pass for him to score a touchdown?
That is very true. And I think you brought up another great point. Shout out, I'm going to say this first before I start shitting on people. But I think, screens and throwing it in the flats, slants, dig routes, the NFL is kind of getting a little overplayed with the slants, the flats, and the dig routes. I don't want to see check downs the whole game. And that's a lot of times what we're getting. Are we not getting check downs?
Yeah.
It's literally all I'm seeing. And no shade to nobody's team, but Matt Ryan, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, I'm gonna throw my Kirk Cousins. It's nasty. It's like that's what we get the whole game because these people's arm strength is either in question or they don't have the accuracy anymore. But these people are still putting up great numbers. And that's the crazy part. So they look great on paper, but when you see them actually play, and that eye test again, when you see these people actually play, it's like, okay, we ready to get you out of here because we're not really doing nothing. And Matt Ryan is one of those people. Hey, his time is ticking.
Shoot, I think his time should be up if I'm being honest. But
Hey,
hey,
but Falcons
he-
gonna hold on. GMs, the coach, they're gonna hold on to that Matt Ryan right there.
I know
I doubt they pick up a quarterback for another couple of years, man. Unfortunately.
that's just how it be. To be honest with you, should I would say get the guy out there, but we're gonna dig more into NFL later. But let's switch over to the NBA. So NBA, we're gonna start off with the Eastern Conference because it's always easier to talk about the East.
Hold on. Why is it easier to talk about the East first?
If I show you these records right here, you would know why it's easier to talk about the East. The Lakers are fifth in the West. In the East, they would be easily tied for third.
Third, yeah,
And
it'll be third.
this is without LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Think about that.
Yeah, this is true. I seen the stat they were like 6-4 without them. I think that was before they played the Nets, which was also.
I don't know about that. They've been losing games.
Yeah,
Every time I look up,
they need those guys back immediately.
Every time I look at ESPN, they lost another game. But
yeah, they need those guys back immediately. Those guys they be dripped out on the side, but we gonna leave that for another day.
Them boys got that money.
Yeah,
but so we're gonna talk about the East. All right, so the breakdown is all right. So we're gonna give you a whole breakdown. 76ers at 1, Nets at 2, Bucks at 3, Hawks at 4.
I know you happy. Look, you stopped that. Look, I know you happy about that one. They been going crazy. I'm gonna give it to you.
Heat at 5, Hornets at 6, Celtics at 7, Knicks at 8. Now let's just break this down. Who's the top 4 in the East? Regarding record, like the record doesn't matter. Who is the top 4 teams in the East?
Who you got first? Let me hear you.
First of all, it's hard because 76ers and the Nets are close. Like they are close. But
they both going. So I got
but I gotta choose a 3 over Joel Embiid. And it's hard because Joel Embiid is gonna kill them inside. Like it's not going to be fair. But you gotta think about
with all season. They struggle with it all season, and they've been able to do this well.
Yeah, you gotta think about this though. They have KD, James Harden, Kyrie Irving. They skill set might just be top 5 of all time.
Yeah,
and it's hard to say that because you have Kobe, you have Michael Jordan, and it's some other people that got like skills. But as far as just like footwork, everything like that, KD is easily top 5. If you talk about footwork, everything like that. James Harden, scoring wise, it's just hard to see anything else like it. Then you put Kyrie Irving in it, and Kyrie Irving got the whole arsenal.
Yeah,
like if you want to see the mid range, you want to see the 3-pointer, and then he got all types of finishing. Like
that boy dunked the other day. I was
I know.
I'm surprised. I said, "Oh, that boy dunking."
So that's why I said I gotta put the Nets at 1, but then I'm gonna put 76ers at 2. Yeah. But the one thing I always question about the 76ers, which everybody questions, like I don't even like bring this up because everybody questions it. Yeah. Will Ben Simmons be able to play in the postseason? Because let's just think about this. How is Joel Embiid gonna be effective when Ben Simmons is right there beside him?
Listen, Ben Simmons, it's crazy how much Ben Simmons gets brought up, and we have yet to see anything. Well, I'm not gonna disrespect him. I'm not gonna say anything. But we just have yet to really see him blossom into the player we all believe he could be, or just something that he could be. We have yet to see it. We're all hoping for it, just so we can see the 76ers get to that point.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even sure Jesus can help them win this year, but I mean, maybe I might be wrong though. But like I said, it's 3.
Because what was that 2 years ago when they played the Raptors? I believe 2 years ago.
But that was the semifinals though. Like
that was true.
So, and they had Jimmy Butler on the team.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So I'm gonna go with the 76ers at 2. Bucks at 3. Obviously, that's not hard. But the one thing that's holding the Bucks back is it's just the end of the game. If I'm being honest with you, they don't even struggle throughout the game against anybody. But at the end of the game, you can't give the ball to your best player because he's just going to charge into somebody.
Charge
Like,
every time. We seen that
like,
in the finals last year.
like, I'm not sure if the guy's trying to play football or basketball. I'm really not sure. He's charging into players the whole
the
time.
playoffs. We seen that in the playoffs last year. Because goodness.
And then you got Chris Middleton. He's a pretty good player, but when you got to count on him, he's shaky. You have Drew Holiday. He's a nice player, but when you put Drew Holiday up against Kyrie, James Harden, KD, it just doesn't sound right. So I'm gonna put them at third. Fourth, this may sound like a stretch. Not really a stretch, but I got the Heat at 4.
Okay. That's not a stretch because they're at 5th. I got them. I would have them at 4th as well. I thought you were gonna say something crazy like the Hornets. When you said this is gonna be a stretch, I didn't know what to expect. So
the Hornets are like 3 years away. Like but they got time though because all the players young. So I'm gonna say Heat at 4, and I believe that the Heat played the Nets or the 76ers in the second round. I believe that they'll probably lose, but I don't know. They got a good chance against the 76ers, but I just don't see them beating the Nets. Then at 5th, honestly, regarding the record, like disregard the record, I'm gonna put the Celtics at 5th.
Yeah, I would have the Celtics at 6 too. I mean at 5th.
But the only thing about the Celtics is they just so ISO like oriented. Like they can play without the ball, but they play ISO ball majority of the game. Like it's hard to
so much like a team. Like it's not like a
It's
like
never felt
like, ISO, but it's like it's all around. It's not even close.
It never really looked like a team. Like
like no matter who they throw on, no matter who is on the Celtics, it never ends up looking that way. Yeah, and I don't know why.
So I'm gonna put them at 5th. 6, I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just a toss up. So I'm gonna put the Hawks. I'm gonna put the Hawks at 6. I'm gonna put the Hawks
cover your eyes and just point.
Put the Hawks at 6. I don't got too much of a debate for it right there. Hornets at 7, and the Knicks at 8.
How you feel about the Hawks right now? Since that's your team, everybody, Ronney is through and through a Georgia fan. Hey, if they still had the Thrashers, if they still had the Thrashers here in Atlanta, Ronney would be on the squad. He would definitely be on there.
So, honestly, I think the Hawks. All right. So first of all, Luke is one of my top favorite players. So I feel like we messed up in that year. I understand why we chose Trae Young, just because he brought they was looking for somebody to be box office. Yeah. So he brought box office with him.
He's a star.
But now that we look at Luka, he's also box office. So and he's taller.
He's a bucket.
So yeah, so more than that.
Yeah.
He's boy good.
Yeah, he's different. He making people look like high school players out there.
So honestly, I like the Hawks. I like the direction they go and everything. I feel like they just need somebody. They need a superstar because Trae Young is a good secondary star. But if you're talking about winning a championship, I don't believe Trae Young to be your best player.
Yeah.
So
he would be a stronger supporting cast, even if that was possible, I believe.
Yeah, you're gonna have to have to win nowadays. You gotta have defenders, and they don't.
Who would that star be, man? Who would fit perfectly on the Hawks right now? If you could take anybody from not the top 5.
I was about to say, shoot, you can't say take anybody from any team.
Yeah. But, not the top 5, not somebody who already super solidified in there. But would you take Luka on? Well, you can't really do that.
I'll take Jason Tatum, to be honest with you. Jason Tatum this guy's already set on his team, but I take Devin Booker also.
Yeah, I like Devin Booker. Oof. Yeah, Devin Booker.
Yeah, so
he's that guy.
Kentucky, so you can't.
Look, that's Ronnie's college team, y'all.
Yeah, UK
basketball team. That's the only team that's probably not Georgia.
So, all right. So we talked about the East a little bit. The East was kind of easy, But this West
This
that
West
we're
is
about to get into.
tough. The Jazz look good, boy.
So you got the
You want me?
Jazz out.
I'll name off the top 8 here.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll name off the top 8. So the top 8, we got the Jazz at number 1. We got the Suns at number 2. Clippers at number 3. Number 4 are the Nuggets. Number 5, Lakers. Number 6, Trailblazers. 7, the Mavericks. And then number 8 is the Memphis Grizzlies.
All right. So first of all, number 1, just because they won the championship last year, it got to be the Lakers.
Yeah.
Like, until somebody take the crown from the Lakers are number 1.
Yeah.
All right.
And let's say healthy Lakers. Let's put it in a little box for them, just in case somebody be like, "Oh, how they number 1 with LeBron?" Yeah. Okay, relax. We know.
Healthy Lakers.
Relax.
All right. So number 2, honestly, I gotta go with the Nuggets.
I like the Nuggets.
Because the reason I went with the Nuggets is the Nuggets really don't have a quit. Like LeBron literally had to lay them down last year. Like if you look at that series, LeBron had to lay them down. Even with them being down. Yeah, even with them being down
to the wire, no?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you have to literally lay them down. I don't know where I put the Clippers at, because which Paul George are we get? Like, let's just break this down. Like Paul George hitting sides of the backboard, missing layups. I mean, like, I'm not sure which Paul George are we gonna get.
Hey, Twitter had a ball with Paul George last year.
Like, I liked OKC at one point. This man went 2 for 16, and people over here talking to me about Russ. I'm like, are y'all not gonna talk about the guy going 2 for 16? Nobody want to talk about that.
You want to disrespect Russ?
I mean, Russ' game is he plays full steam ahead. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say that the guy. It's hard to say he's talented, just because if you play out hard, people don't really see your talent. They see more of your hard work.
And sometimes that's hard to separate, especially in sports. Talent and hard work is definitely hard to separate, because both can end up with success, which Russ has experienced. Of course, that guy is triple-double.
Yeah, I mean, I would like for him to win a ring, but that's another subject for another day.
He said he don't. He said he don't got to put on a ring. He's a neighborhood hero.
Yeah, I know that's crazy. But
that is crazy that he said that.
Yeah, but that's how he feels. I mean, it's crazy. But all right, so we're gonna talk about I need to hear your top 4, because honestly, I can't break it down. Only teams I can break down is the Lakers and Nuggets. So convince me of teams that should be 3, 4, 5.
It's hard to do it for the West, only because it's like anybody could show up any given day. So it's like, even if we do give our top 5 or whatnot, it's like anybody could show up in any given day. So like you said, I got Lakers, I got Nuggets. Number 3, I would keep at the Clippers.
You would keep the Clippers?
Yeah.
Do you know Paul George in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, but
you know he called himself Playoff P, and last year they made a nickname for him, Pandemic P. So we have to think about this here.
But who are we gonna put over the Clippers? Are we gonna put the Suns over the Clippers at number 3?
Suns, the only thing that's scary about them is they don't have any playoff experience. So
exactly.
I believe in that.
Hey, playoff P might not, get the job done, but he been there. He did. Look, last year he did horrible. Yeah. But I'm just saying, me personally, even going back to our old conversation, starting off with football and stuff like that, Justin Fields, one thing that he has both over Zach and Mac is experience. And that's what I'm going to take. That's why I still have them at number 3. Other than that, who are we going to put over them?
Honestly, if the Trailblazers play anybody else other than the Lakers, they could honestly offset anybody else.
We've seen the Trailblazers too.
I'm saying they can offset anybody else other than the Lakers. The Lakers are kind of like tailor-made for them, because they ain't want to go off picks and stuff like that. It's hard to go off picks when you got AD standing right there.
So in crunch time, we got Blazers over the Clippers. I'm just asking. I just want to be sure.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not even a Dame fan, but I saw it too many times to say Dame.
He is a
at
bucket.
the end of the game, I saw way too many times.
Hey, he
So,
did go crazy in playoff P face
yeah.
a few years ago. So
I
I'm
don't
not
know why
gonna.
you keep calling that man playoff P, but honestly, I would say Trailblazers. But I don't know if I can put them that high, just
Oh yeah,
because they're
another
all.
thing. That's my fault for calling him playoff P. That man has too many nicknames. We gotta cut something out because he has not been that tough to have that many
PG,
nicknames.
playoff P,
Hey,
pandemic P.
shout out to him, but he has way too many nicknames. He has 13 Trace. No, we gotta cut some of these out. PG. Come on, no, we gotta pick just two at max, two at best. He
We're gonna
getting
go
money.
We're gonna go PG, and some people even call the guy George Paul.
Yeah, I'm a PG-13.
I forgot he got PG-13 too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. We need to cut out some of these
Yeah,
nicknames, man.
it's honestly insane. But we gonna go down the list. I would say the Mavericks, but the only reason I don't trust the Mavericks is other than Luka, they don't have nobody else who can consistently create their own shot. Porzingis stays on the wing way too much. Like,
He's not making no noise.
oh no, he can shoot that thing down, but he stay on the wing too much. How are you 7'3"? You got guys at 6'5" in front of you, but you're on the wing. Like,
yeah.
so that's the only reason I wouldn't say Mavericks. The Grizzlies, I think they just way too young. Like, we're gonna go with, we already said the Suns, the Jazz. Now, Donovan Mitchell did make a promise last year saying that if next year I will not lose in the first round.
And that boy
Now,
been hooping.
from the looks is, if he stays in first, he probably won't lose in the first round because he's playing the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
I'm not disrespecting the Grizzlies, but I just don't think they're ready for that. So he probably won't lose in the first round.
I don't know.
He will be home in the second round. Like, he's going to go home. He's not going to beat the Nuggets, and he's not going to beat the Lakers because right now them two are going to have to face each other in the first round.
Yeah.
So he's not going to beat neither one of them. So
Can't get that one. Goodbye.
well, I mean, they was up 3-1 last year on the Nuggets. I don't see them winning this year.
This year?
No. Can't see it.
Man, the West is tough, man. Oof.
Like I said, I got the Lakers in first. I got Lakers.
Of course.
Honestly, I got Lakers and Nets in the finals. But
that's what it's looking like, man. That should be a good one. Ooh.
That would be a pretty good one. But
it's gonna be some good basketball, man. If we get that.
It's hard to say. Shoot, these people right here, the Nets, it's scary about the Nets because one thing you say to them, I promise you, they might not play for weeks.
Yeah.
They got two players on their team.
Yeah, you might not see Kyrie. Yeah. You make Harden work out too hard, he might try to leave.
They are extremely talented, like some of the most talented players to ever play. But you say something wrong to them, they might not play.
Like, they got 3 number 1 guys. What can you do? And each one of them want their own way.
Yeah. But we got into basketball a little bit. So now we're just gonna break down NFL team, and your team is the Minnesota Vikings. So we're gonna break this down.
And before anybody starts trying to flame me for being a Minnesota, I am originally from there. And then
that would be the only reason anybody's a Minnesota fan. The only reason.
We had AP, we had Randy Moss back in the day. There's other reason.
Yeah, you saw y'all had to draft them. They didn't come to y'all team when they
but still, come on. Diggs is doing a lot now. He was he started where we was.
Like I said, y'all had to draft all these players. Which one of these players said I want to go to Minnesota?
Nobody wants to go to Minnesota. Okay. Nobody wants to go there. LeBron, well, that was his hometown. But regardless, forget all of it. Don't disrespect, because we beat y'all. We beat y'all. That's all that matters.
That's true. That's true. I give you
y'all talking smack about us, we whoop y'all, and we whoop up.
I give you that. I give you that. So who would you like to see y'all take? In the South.
What?
Who would you like to see y'all take?
Hold on. Let me pull it up, because I think I want the defensive end from Michigan.
Defense and for Michigan. I haven't saw much highlight on him. I had to look up some highlight on him. Why would you say a defensive end?
Because we need defense. Yo, so okay. For y'all that don't know, Minnesota Vikings. So last year, I believe it was last year, we had one of the top defense. I think we had the best after the Eagles. Was it last year or the year before when the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
Year before that was 20. We lost in 2016. They won in 2017.
Okay. That year. Cool. So we make a couple of changes after that. We get rid of 3 Pro Bowlers. We get rid of a defensive end, Henderson. We get rid of a cornerback, Rhodes. People can say he was old. And then we got rid of one more. And we also got rid of Diggs on the offensive side. We got rid of Joseph, a defensive tackle who was also a Pro Bowler. So since then, we haven't been doing too great. And we have a quarterback who has a maxed out contract right now.
Yeah, I know. They just giving them shits out in the NFL. Just give
Yeah,
anybody.
they just give them out. It's a new one that comes every time a quarterback gets offered something. It's the biggest contract.
Yeah. Dak Prescott said, "Thank you for his bag. I'm about to receive."
Shout out to Dak Prescott for getting the bag. But our quarterback is Kirk Cousins. We have a quarterback who has, let me not shit on him, but he has no real experience for like playing when we first picked him up. Let's be honest. I'm gonna just be honest with me. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So since then we picked up a couple pieces here and there, but as far as defense side, we do need more pieces. We need to get to a place where, you know, run defense, nobody is running on us. Nobody's running on us. I forgot our rank as far as run defense. We weren't horrible, but we weren't the best either. And that's probably the only thing we need to really change right now. Because right now we still have a good wide receiver core and we still have a good running back core. We got the new guy, Justin.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. I like that kid. He's good. He's good. Young kid. And he's spending money. He's blowing the bag. He's tough. And we still got Adam Thielen, a Division II product. Since we got rid of Diggs, which hurt us a lot, but he didn't want to be there. So I definitely understand why he wouldn't want to be there.
I mean, it's cold up there. I mean,
it's cold.
Minnesota.
And I wouldn't want to only get check downs and slant routes and out routes from
that man was cussing his quarterback out. The next game, he was like, "Man, play your game." Like, how?
Just play your game. Hey, and now you see Diggs doing big things. You know, he gets the ball thrown to him deep, and he gets to make big plays because he is a big play guy. We've seen it with the Minneapolis Miracle versus the Saints.
Shoot, I'm Falcons. So
I know. I'm just saying for anybody else trying to talk stuff. I'm just trying to let them know that we do apply pressure to other teams.
You trying to break it down team by team.
Yeah, I'm just trying to let them know we apply pressure. The Green Bay Packers, it's iffy with them, but just know we up there with them. When we compete, we with them.
Shoot, I'm gonna be honest with you. You haven't been in Green Bay League for the past 2 to 3 years. like they're in the NFL. I don't know. Y'all like
in our conference, they by themselves. In our conference, they.
I mean, what y'all got? Y'all got Chicago. Chicago said they've been searching for a quarterback since the beginning of time. They said, when did we have a quarterback?
Yeah, since what's his name?
Don't say Jay Cutler.
Cutler. Oh my
Cutler looked like he was depressed on the field. Like, he's the first player I ever saw making millions that looked like he genuinely was depressed.
Yeah, he was depressed. He was sad. Yeah. I don't know what he was going through mentally, but I know it was from being in Chicago, man. They got Chicago guys.
Oh yeah, that's probably why he's like that. He probably met somebody.
Hey, don't even. Yeah, he probably met somebody, but I ain't even gonna speak on that one. That's them. I ain't gonna get in none of what they got going on. But yeah, so. I hope we pick up. We need defensive players. I say a defensive end so we can be more strong as far as the box on our front 8. Other than that, we got good. I would say an offensive lineman, but as far as the first round, a defensive end or a corner, which I know we're not going to pick up a corner because I would want that corner from.
Y'all just picked up Patrick Peterson, didn't y'all?
Huh?
Y'all just picked up Patrick Peterson, didn't y'all?
Yeah. So we got him, which is great. Thank you.
I think he'll pass his prime, but
it's okay. Listen, For Minnesota, I be, we pick up a lot of the washed ups. We got Brett Favre after he was out of his prime.
Hey, he almost took y'all to a Super Bowl if it wasn't for that bounty on his head.
The Saints. Goodness.
He had a true bounty on his head.
That's why y'all got to deal with Jameis Winston. Bums. But that's why y'all got to deal with Jameis Winston. Try them bounties now. But
Winston said, I'm about to create this ESPN 30 for 30 myself.
Yeah.
He said, forget anybody else producing it.
I'm going to eat this. Yeah. Saints got to deal with a lot of this getting thrown up. They got to deal with a lot of that getting thrown up. So good job. Y'all seen how he moved in Tampa. But shout out to Jameis Winston, man, another black quarterback. But yeah, so defensive side, that's what we need. We good on offense. The only thing I would change on offense is our quarterback situation, but that's not going to change. Yeah. I think even Kirk Cousins has been saying he wants to leave and he needs to leave. And the GMs and coaches are like, you're going to stay. You're here with us forever. This is it. This is your only option. And we gave him a whole bunch of money. We could have just, I'm not going to say we could have kept Case Keenum, but other than that,
Case Keenum said he liked being on the bench. He said, I have no problem where I'm at right now. I'm on the bench making millions.
Yeah. Case Keenum said, y'all can pay me or y'all can let me go. And they said, oh no, if we're going to pay somebody, we're paying Kirk Cousins from the Washington.
Come on now. That sounds even worse. But we're going to.
Yes, we're going to pay Kirk Cousins from the Washington football team who's never really done anything in his career. But hey.
All right. So we're going to end this off with this. We're going to transition from NFL to NBA. Top 5 quarterbacks, NFL. Top 5 players, NBA.
I want you to go first.
Top 5 quarterbacks. First, you obviously got to go with Patrick Mahomes. Easily number 1.
Oh, so we're doing currently right now. Cool.
Yeah, current. Yeah, I can't go all the way back in history. I'm not a history guy in NFL.
I'm not a historian either. I'm not gonna lie.
Number 2, this boy got a lot of cases on him right now.
Hey, that's not funny.
Bro, it's not funny, but he has a lot of cases on him right now.
He do.
I'm going with Deshaun Watson. Number 3.
That man say he got a lot of cases on him. Okay.
Number 3, I gotta go with it's hard because this 3 and 4 is hard. I'm gonna go with Aaron Rodgers, 4, Russell Wilson, 5, Tom Brady. And honestly, Tom Brady could arguably be in front of anybody just because he always finds a way to win. And I don't like the guy. I'm not going to even say why I don't like him, but I don't like the guy. But he always finds a way to win.
Hey, remember I told y'all Ronney was a Falcons fan?
Hey, we're gonna quickly transition over to NBA. Top 5 players in the
NBA.
Hold
on. I do want to speak on Aaron Rodgers too.
Okay,
Aaron
go ahead.
Time is ticking. Aaron Rodgers.
His time is ticking, but the thing about the NFL nowadays, and the NBA, it has got extremely soft. Yeah. Like they can play till they like 43, to be honest with you, because it's extremely soft.
But I'm just saying, like, as far as arm strength, of course, the main 2 things that Aaron Rodgers was known for, accuracy. Also, his highlight reel is, those last second touchdowns, those Hail Marys. Mm. And then also he was able to move around a little bit too, within the pocket and outside of the pocket. Not extremely well, of course, but he was able to get his, gears moving. But I think it's starting to get that time. Like it's pressure now to actually get to the Super Bowl. But those young cats, they own it.
Yeah. So I would say, my bad. Let me give you your top 5 before we transition over to the NBA.
All right, my top 5 is pretty basic, pretty simple, but I have Tom Brady.
Tom Brady at 1?
Yeah. Come on.
At 1?
I got him at 1.
You on that stuff, ain't it? You had
from one great team to a horrible team.
Okay, but let's just
Took
think
them to the
about this.
Super Bowl. I know all the pieces that he had around him. I
No,
know
I'm not
that.
even talking about that. Let's be honest. When you watch that Super Bowl game, did you sit there and watch the Super Bowl game and say they didn't help Tom Brady a lot? Like, let's be honest, them pass interference calls,
They did, but I
like
don't even
that
want to get into
that
that. I was
that's
gonna
a
say,
whole lot of plays that went their way.
okay, yeah, cool. But then a lot of other stuff happened too, as far as the Chiefs. So there's no excuse. Like it could have went either way. But as far as him understanding how defenses work, he is slicing and dicing boys up out there, making them look crazy.
All right, so
That's the number one reason. That's what get me excited about watching Tom Brady. And he's not even like my favorite football player or nothing, but him just basically getting surgical with defenses is crazy. Is ridiculous. But second, I do have Pat Mahomes. He's exciting. Great arm, accuracy is ridiculous. A lot of drop passes in that Super Bowl that were on money, and the wide receivers drop balls, made mistakes, but that guy is crazy. Third, I got Russell Wilson, and then I don't have Aaron Rodgers. Fourth, I have Lamar Jackson, and fifth, I have Baker Mayfield.
where's Deshaun Watson in there?
I don't have Deshaun Watson.
Not in your top 5?
Mm-mm.
You had Baker Mayfield over Deshaun Watson.
As far as upside, yeah, I do.
You gotta explain your reasoning. Like anybody watching this is going to, who knows football, is going to,
and that's fine. Hey, this is fine. And people who know me know how hard I've been rolling with Baker Mayfield. One reason I say Baker Mayfield, he's an underdog. I'm an underdog guy. So I'm rolling with underdogs 9 times out of 10. Deshaun Watson is an underdog as well too. But these are the people that get, for one, they're going to be spoken about every game, regardless of anything. If you see what Baker Mayfield has done with the Browns, it's crazy. Yes, they acquired a lot of pieces to help them turn around that program, but to take the Browns to the playoffs is something ridiculous. That's crazy. That's crazy to do in your first few years. And that's not spoken about enough. Not saying he's a better quarterback, but this is just my list who I got. Yeah. As far as impact, because it's more than just numbers. It's impact, locker room, charisma. It's all that as a quarterback. And I feel like Baker Mayfield right now, currently, he's that guy. He took the Browns to the playoffs this year. That's crazy. That's
all right. So you gotta tell us, why are them two guys left off? Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson.
Aaron Rodgers, I talked about his time is ticking. Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl.
But I'm talking about the season he just had was a historic season.
The past 5 seasons that Aaron Rodgers has had have all been historic. That's what we say every year about Aaron Rodgers, that he's had a historic season. This was the best season yet. This was the most amazing season. Yet he's coming up short when it comes to the playoffs and making the Super Bowl.
So do you feel like he's a Peyton Manning?
Yes.
Peyton Manning came up short a while in the playoffs now.
Yeah. Yes and no. Yes and no. Because I feel like toe-to-toe, those guys they play 2 different games. So it's kind of difficult, but in the clutch, I'm taking Aaron Rodgers when it comes down to it. But as far as career and how their records been going against each other, yes, I would say it's about the same.
All right, we're gonna hurry up and do our NBA because we closing in on almost an hour, to be honest with you. So we're gonna hurry up and do this NBA. Top 5 NBA players. I'm gonna let you go first since I did the NFL first.
Top 5, I have LeBron James, KD, Kyrie, AD, and then
you kind of messed up when you put Kyrie in your top 5.
I know. I don't know who I put at 5 though. I'm gonna put Dame at 5 because that's my favorite player, and I'm gonna just say that people aren't gonna like it. People aren't gonna agree with it, but that's fine. Basketball ain't really my. But hey, that's who I got. That's my 5. That's who I get excited. Who I want to go watch play.
All right, so I'm gonna go with, obviously, if I'm being completely honest, I got KD at 1, just because I feel like his game is more suited now to go at LeBron, because before he couldn't go at LeBron. Like, he would average 30 on him, but you would always see at the end of the game, it would be LeBron over KD. Even though watching those games, LeBron got away with some stuff. Like, he got away with a travel, he got away with a foul. Like that 2012 NBA Finals, I still think about that to this day. But we're not gonna talk about that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with KD at 1, LeBron at number 2, obviously. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a Kentucky fan, so AD at 3, Harden at 4, and 5. Oh my God, because you got Kawhi, you got Giannis, you got Steph, but honestly, Steph might have shown us a little something this year. As far as anybody else can carry a team, he can
Shout out
carry
to
a team,
that boy
but
got them on that backpack, boy. He got them.
but I'm saying he's not carrying them as well as others carry them. Like, if we're being honest, like, if you saw LeBron by himself, he carried the team to like top 4. You saw KD by himself, even though Russ was in and out that year, he carried the team to like 1 or 2 in the West. You saw Russ by himself carry the team to 6. You saw James Harden by himself carry the team to 3rd. So I say you see everybody carry a team, and right now Steph's team is in 9th to 10th place.
Yeah,
Like,
but I think it's just so hard for Steph because have you seen teams play defense on them? They're not even guarding nobody else.
Yeah. Now, but let's be honest. Now, if you think about this, when Russ won his MVP, do you want me to tell you who his second best player was?
I remember it was horrible. It was horrible.
His second best player was Victor Oladipo.
Yep.
Victor Oladipo isn't the Victor Oladipo of now. That was
yeah.
like, you have to go back and look at that Victor Oladipo. That's not even the same.
No,
guy.
I remember when Russ was going, and I was like, "Damn, he don't got no help." That boy was breaking his
Victor
knees.
Oladipo. He had Andre Roberson. Think about it. Let's just break this down. What shooting guard to small forward do you know that people foul and tell them to go to the free throw line? It's not mean small forwards and shooting guards that you foul and tell them to go to the line. It was just sad. But I guess if I had to break it down, because honestly, I still got Joel Embiid and Jokic, and I got Kawhi and Giannis.
You ain't put your boy Luka in there.
Luka top 10, but he coming down right now. But for right now, he's not in there with the top 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Joel Embiid, to be honest with you. Pick Joel Embiid at 5. And it's hard because Jokic is crazy.
And over Jokic.
Greek Freak is crazy too. And Kawhi. But all of them have their downfalls in the playoffs. Like, that's the sad part about all of them. Like,
okay, Jokic, so you taking off the playoffs.
Yeah, Jokic in the playoffs, he's pretty consistent. He just couldn't do nothing with the Lakers. Joel Embiid, I don't know what it is about Philly, but in the playoffs, they just don't seem like a playoff team. Then you got who else? I said Kawhi. I could easily put Kawhi at 5, but only thing about Kawhi game it's so boring. Like you just watching it, and you like, why can't you guard this man? Like,
Isn't
you're
that his
asking,
whole
like,
marketing, his selling point, the boring guy?
Yeah. Like you just sitting over there looking at, like, why can't you guard him? Like, I'm pretty sure if like you try to go up and guard this man, like, he would embarrass you. Like, but you looking at the TV like, what's so hard about guarding this guy? He doing the most basic moves. Like how Kyrie looked shifty, he just looked like stiff.
Yeah, he looked like he old timer.
Yeah.
Old home basketball, pickup basketball game out there.
Yeah.
He still be getting buckets.
Yeah.
He gonna drop them on you.
Yeah. So I mean, that's my top 5. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing much more of these shows right here. This is my first one right here. Got my boy Sam on here. Anybody who want to come on, just let me know. 6, 7 o'clock, anytime like that. Cool with me. Just let me know. And I appreciate you for hopping on the show. Show called HotSpot, just so everybody know. HotSpot.
Yes, shout out to HotSpot. Thanks for having me on, man.
I appreciate you, my boy.
Yes, sir.